My dear friends, so it's a time for preparation where the Lord, where Isaiah was given the prophecy of the mountain of the Lord shall be established as the highest of the mountains. So this is the time where you are called to examine your mountains. What are your priorities in life? So is God's mountain is the first and the best? Is it raised higher above than every other thing in your life? Because that mountain, if you give him the highest place, from there he's going to come and he's going to speak. So that is important. My dear friends, however much you try to solve things, unless that mountain, God's mountain, is the highest place, unless you give that priority to him, nothing would be settled. The word says, come, let us go to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of God of Jacob, that he may teach us his ways, and that he may walk in his paths, that we may walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. So that's that mountain, Jerusalem, a new Jerusalem. So think about your life. Think about your priority. Unless you give him the priority, the sword, the spear won't be changed. Complete radical answer when you are changed by your root. Otherwise, if you have a sword, you keep the sword. You sword the sword, you keep it. Whenever you need it, you get the sword again. So that's different. But the word says, they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks, sickles. So imagine the very destructive force, the sword, is turned into a plowshare. It's a productive thing. That's how the Lord is going to answer you, my dear friends. When you give the top and the best place to the Lord, that mountain to the Lord, this is what's going to happen in your life. The destructive forces. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 7, Paul speaks about a thorn dagger in the flesh, which pricks his heart. And it was difficult. So these, the swords in your life, which harm you, which harm others. Sometimes our words are like swords. Break them, destroy them, tarnish their name. So you have to deal. You have to give the Lord the priority, highest place. Then that sword is going to be a plowshare. Then how you convert a sword into a plowshare or a spear into a sickle? There is a formation. There should be a formation. There should be a process, my dear friends. So if you put the sword into fire, you heat it and get a hammer and beat upon it. So that's how the Lord is going to form you. Think about today's gospel. We find a centurion, my dear friends. A centurion is a pagan. It's a Roman centurion where under him 100 soldiers are. So if you want to be proud, he has everything to be proud of. But then pride will destroy the connection. So see this person, the caliber of this person. When Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came forward, him appealing to him, "My Lord, my servant is lying paralyzed at home, suffering terribly." He has come for his servant. It's a one of a kind person, very different character. So why he is so bothered about the servant? See, it speaks about his heart. How humble this person is, my dear friends. And he comes and says, Lord. That Lord term for a Roman centurion. Roman emperor, Caesar, is the only Lord. He cannot have other lords. Adonai. This word is very particular, my friends. Very different. So the centurion is calling Jesus as the Lord. So he said, there's no doubt about his mountain. He has given the best and the summit, peak of his life to the Lord. And he come down. See the problem. So the beauty of the struggle, my dear friends. Beauty of the struggle, that struggle brought him closer to the Lord. My dear friends. So there he asked the Lord to heal this paralytic, his servant. Then Jesus says, I will come and heal him. Exactly, he left the heaven and came here for us. He will come down, my dear friends. That's exactly. But then the way of coming can be different. This centurion says, Lord, I am not worthy to have you come under my roof, but only say the word, and my servant shall be healed. Jesus, the physical presence, and Jesus is the Word incarnate. This is Christmas. So the Word has become flesh. So sometimes we need Jesus in the way that we want. But the centurion teaches us a beautiful lesson. To accept Him, accept the Word. Only say the Word and He shall be healed. Every Mass we say this. Just say the Word and my soul shall be healed. My dear friends, do you really believe in this? Because we have a lot of mountains. The top priority mountain is not given to the Lord. That's exactly the struggle. Today the Lord is inviting you. Jesus was amazed by his faith. That faith, the way he believed the word of Jesus, word of God. My dear friends. So that's how the word is like a fire. The sword. The word of God is like a sword. So that word is not destructive. That word is very constructive. So let that word be there. Heal you. As a centurion pleaded, let's go to him and ask him to heal us. Heal us. Touch us in a way. So that my life spears, my life swords would be converted by that sword of God. So it will test our hearts. That's why we need him, my dear friends. That's why in this time of expectation, in Advent, we want him to come. Come, that he was to go to that place physically, but then the word arrived his place. That's exactly what we should believe today. Lord, you just command. The centurion says, I'm a commander. When I ask my servants to come, they come, go, they go. So you are the commander. Command is connected to a word. That's how he should command you today. That word should be flesh in your life. That word should demand and command things in your life. So you have to be obedient. Just allow that word to convert you, transform you. Your swords into plowshares and your sickles into your spears into sickles. That's a beautiful time where we need him in our lives. Thank you. May God bless you.